It's time for the inaugural Sunday Showdown Sit Down. This is Tom Gamble, creator and organizer of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown, presented by Mercy Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and Meyer. Every week, every Sunday that is, I'm going to take a look at the week of events ahead in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown, as well as some of the other events that we do during the fall, primarily pep rallies at neighborhood Skyline Chili's. Well, this is the first week. It's hard to believe the summer is gone, and it's time for some high school football. So let's take a look at the first week and, of course, the beginning of the celebration of the 25-year anniversary of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown. 15 games over 11 weeks, and we start with a massive first week that actually begins tomorrow, Monday. That's right, tomorrow, Monday, in St. Leon, Indiana, with the first of our fall series of pep rallies at neighborhood Skyline Chili restaurants. Tomorrow will be in St. Leon with East Central High School, which will participate in Friday's showdown game. And we've got three big games, two kickoff games on Thursday night, and then the Friday game in St. Leon, a Southeast Indiana, what's become really kind of our almost annual kickoff. But let's start with our pep rally. If you haven't been to one of our Skyline Chili pep rallies and you're a member of the East Central and or St. Leon communities, come on out. They kick off at 6 o'clock. Jake Miners and the East Central Trojans, 130 strong in the football program. They'll be there. The East Central cheerleaders, they'll be sending over a drum line. And one of our favorite Skyline Chili owner-operators, Dave Deddens, who is really tied into the East Central High School and the St. Leon community, he will be our host tomorrow night. We'll have the entire in-game sports crew out there. It's a lot of fun. We basically will be outside. The weather looks perfect. This looks like September, October weather for our first week in August. And believe me, we'll take it. So it starts at 6, as I mentioned. And we'll do some trivia. We got plenty of giveaways. We'll talk to Jake Miners, talk to a couple of the players, have a lot of fun, and, of course, eat some delicious Skyline Chili to get ready for that Friday game, the first of 11 straight Fridays in the showdown. Now, we'll have plenty of coverage, daily updates, and features all season long, every day right here at X-Town Showdown. So I'm going to save a lot of the inner workings of the matchups for later in the week. Scott Springer of Cincinnati.com will be a part of this process, as will Joe Daneman and Jeremy Rao of Fox 19 Sports on Friday and Saturday nights like they've done the last couple years. So tomorrow night, the pep rally, 6 o'clock kickoff at the St. Leon Skyline Chili for East Central. But then we get to Thursday night. Two really good football games. The annual showdown kickoff on Thursday. So we've got Roger Bacon hosting Taft at Braun Basovich Stadium in St. Bernard, kickoff 7 o'clock. And then we've got a GWAC GMC game with Huber Heights Wayne coming down to take on Fairfield, also at 7 o'clock. Those are our two Thursday games. And I'll get to some of the showdown history of those teams in just a minute. Then on Friday, as I mentioned, East Central will host Lawrenceburg. This is a tremendous rivalry that is really these two teams start the season and typically make lengthy runs in the postseason. That game will kick off at 7:30 at Trojan Field in St. Leon, home of East Central. So let's talk. How about these three games? 6 teams with a combined record last year of 53-19. That's pretty impressive, and that's what we try to do with the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown. We try to create marquee matchups and really provide a showcase, a center stage. That's been the only intent since we started this back in 1998. That's been the only intent, is to really focus in and showcase the quality of high school football. Now it's expanded to the region. Greater Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, Southeast Indiana, Greater Dayton. We've had some teams from Columbus, from Indianapolis, but we believe week in and week out some of the best high school football. So here we go. Roger Bacon Taft. Again, I'm going to leave the key players, the what to watch. We'll be doing that starting Wednesday, Thursday. Our Mercy Health matchups on Friday. We'll have all of that information for you. But just to touch base, Roger Bacon and Taft both went 9-3 a year ago. Both won their respective conferences. But Roger Bacon, this is their 10th appearance in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown. Their first appearance was in 2003, and they beat Princeton that year, which is pretty darn impressive. Bacon, a smaller school, and they posted that victory. Mike Blount's done a great job. In fact, Last 3 seasons, they've made the postseason. First time in school history. It's been 3 straight years. And this Bacon team figures to be very, very good again. But they'll be challenged. This game went down to the fourth quarter last year, and it was a 4-point game between Roger Bacon and Taft. Same spot. Bacon won that 24-20. And this is the second year at Taft for Tyler Williams. And this is what's so cool about the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown. Tyler Williams, if you're saying that name sounds familiar, remember a guy back at Coleraine? Yeah, that's that same Tyler Williams, who was an outstanding running back for Coleraine, played multiple times in the showdown. See, that's what makes it cool, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a lot of then and now. We have about 24 to 26 guys on current NFL rosters in the preseason. Don't expect that to change. Thousands playing college football each week, and that's why the showdown has sustained itself for a quarter century, because of players like Tyler Williams. Well, last year he took over that Taft program and guided them farther than any Cincinnati public school, had gone in the playoffs, was a regional semifinalist. They also won, and Taft, in fact, has won or shared its division of the Cincinnati Metro Athletic Conference every year since 2014. They've been in the showdown a number of times, and Taft, in fact, has won the last 3 appearances in the showdown. So that'll be a good game on Thursday night, as will Fairfield hosting Huber Heights Wayne. Now, historically, Fairfield and Wayne have been in the showdown. In fact, Fairfield played way back in 1998. They were kind of the marquee game that year because Tom Grippa, who had been previously at Elder, had moved on to Fairfield. Doug Ramsey was the new coach, still is today at Elder, and they were able to play at UC's Nippert Stadium. It was a very competitive game, won ultimately by Elder, 22-13, but Fairfield's got a 6-3 record in the showdown. Wayne has been in marquee matchups in the showdown for years. And Jay Minton was a previous coach. Now we've got the GWAC Coach of the Year, reigning from last year. Roosevelt Mukes did a great job. And Fairfield and Wayne last year, relatively similar. Fairfield reeled off its last 3 games with victories in the GMC. Lost in the first round of the postseason, but that's 7 straight years of postseason play for Fairfield and Coach Jason Krause. Built a perennial contending program in the GMC and in Cincinnati. Wayne, somewhat similar. Started 2-2, then won 6 straight. Also made the postseason, won its division of the GWAC as well. So a good season by Wayne. And as I mentioned, last time Wayne, it's been a few years, but they actually played Winton Woods up at Welcome Stadium in Dayton back in the showdown. That's their last appearance, and they won that game. So we feel like we've got 2 great matchups on Thursday night. Roger Bacon Taft, again, 7 o'clock at Roger Bacon, and Fairfield hosting Wayne, same time. Fairfield, a proud partner school of Mercy Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, so we like to get that in there as well. Meyer isn't too far from Fairfield High School as well. And, of course, Skyline Chili restaurants are everywhere and in these communities, and that's what makes Skyline Chili such a great supporter and such a great partner of the Crosstown Showdown. Friday night, this game, this is our first Friday. Note the 30-minute later kickoff, 7:30 in Southeast Indiana. St. Leon East Central hosting Lawrenceburg. These are perennial contenders. East Central in 4A, Lawrenceburg in 3A. In fact, Lawrenceburg, the last 3 years, has gone 11-2. Their only losses have been week 1 to East Central and then in the postseason. So Ryan Kaniga and his staff do a great job at Lawrenceburg, and the connection between these 2 schools, and they have a lot of crossover of coaches. They're friendly rivals off the field, but boy, on the field, they really get after it. And East Central and Jake Miners has done an outstanding job with East Central as well. They wound up 10-3 a year ago, and they've been amazingly consistent. I mean, really, these 2 programs, there really isn't a rebuild. They just really reload, and essentially East Central has been they've won 6 straight games in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown. And Lawrenceburg, the only problem for Lawrenceburg is they've played East Central predominantly in the showdown. So there's our week 1. There's our week ahead. So we've got Monday, the Pep Rally, St. Leon Skyline Chili, 4 East Central, kickoff at 6, 2 7 o'clock kickoffs on Thursday. Roger Bacon hosting Taft, Fairfield hosting Huber Heights Wayne. And then our first Friday night, first of 11 consecutive Friday nights, it is East Central hosting Lawrenceburg, kickoff 7:30. Now, All of our platforms on social media, our Twitter, our Facebook, our Instagram will be loaded with information, updates, stories, interviews, features, all football season long. So you want to check it out. I want you to follow, like, and share all of our social platforms. Twitter is at Xtown Showdown. Every week, we'll take a look back at some of the most memorable Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown moments in the previous 24 years as we celebrate a quarter century of what we call the nation's best high school football. In fact, I remember when Lawrenceburg and East Central renewed their rivalry. They'd taken some time off, because rivalries get a little heated, but they renewed that rivalry back at Lawrenceburg a few years ago. What a great game. Came down to the very end. And those are the type games that we love having be a part of the Crosstown Showdown. So we'll feature players, coaches, names, blasts from the past. We'll take a look at what some of the players did then and what they're doing now. Scott Springer of Cincinnati.com, along with the in-game sports and showdown social team of Zach, Brady, and Pearl, will be talking about showdown games. Scott will add his insight. Take a look at each team every week. Take a look at the matchups, as I mentioned, in our Mercy Health matchup, which will be aired on game day. Also, Mercy Health, we have the Mercy Health Huddle. A lot of their doctors, physical therapists, athletic trainers will be telling you a little bit more about how Mercy Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine can help you. That will be done weekly during the entire Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown. And, of course, plenty of pep rallies. We just have one this week at Skyline Chili Restaurants. We'll have some Skyline Chili tidbits, information, and more news on the Crosstown Showdown. Joe Danneman, Jeremy Rao, excellent partners at Fox 19 Sports. They do some great work. They'll be out at the games, and they'll also be doing it. You want to check it out on the final quarter each and every Friday night. Follow them on the weekends, too, and we'll have Joe and Jeremy for you as well. Plus, of course, like next Sunday, I'll be back again with the Sunday Showdown Sit-Down, which we'll take a look at next week. And the weeks just get busier with pep rallies and games. So we hope you can make it out. If you can't, we've got you covered on all of our social platforms. Just remember, at Xtown Showdown, be it Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you can follow us there. But we'd love to see you each and every week out watching some of the best high school football for a quarter century in the 25-year anniversary of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown, presented by Mercy Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and Meyer. This is Tom Gamble. Hope to see you at the Showdown.